Okay, number 2. While measuring a line segment of length 5 centimeters, it was measured by 6 centimeters by mistake. Find the percentage error in measuring the line segment. Did you write a proportion? Answer me.
Yes.
Good.
You had to, or we couldn't see the question.
You can't see it?
No, not the question yet.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, you got to tell me that, okay? I don't know. Got to work in this together, okay? What'd you get for your answer?
20.
Did everybody else get 20? Okay. Number 3, 682 is increased by 40%. Find the value of the new number. Add it back. So, wrote a proportion. Mine looks like this. Does everybody else's look like that? 100x equals whatever 682 times 40 is. 27280. Then we divide by 100. That gives us 272.8. Then what does it say to do here?
Add it back
Good. Add it back to what?
to 600.
Good. Got 8, 4, 5, carry the 1. 954.8.
Yes.
Good. Number 4. The price of wheat increased by The price of wheat increased by 13% 2 years ago. Wheat was 89 cents per pound. What is the current price? We're going to add it back. Did you write a proportion?
Yes.
Yes.
And put 13 over it?
Yes.
And this was 0.89?
Yes.
So when we solve for x, we're going to add it back, right?
Yes.
So I got 100x equals 0.89 times 13, which is 11.57.
Yes.
Then we divide by 100. That gives us 0.1157, right? That's not a 7. And it's money, so what are we going to do?
Round 5.
Round the 5, make the 5 into, well, we're going to round the what?
Round the 5 into the 11.
Yeah, so what's it going to become?
It's going to become a 2.
Yeah, so 0.12. And then what do we have to do with the 89 cents?
Add it back.
Good. I got $1.01.
Yes.
Awesome. Number 5. A number, 75, is misread as 57. Find the reading error percent. So write a proportion. This is 100. What do we have to do to find what goes on top here?
Subtract.
There you go. Did you get 18?
Yes, ma'am.
And then we divided both sides by what?
75.
What'd you get?
24%.
Perfect. Good job. Kyle, is that you talking?
Yes, ma'am.
Good job. Number 6. In a small town, the population increased from 25,000 people in 1990 to 32,000 people in 2000. What is the percent increase in population? So you wrote a proportion, and it was 25,000. How do we find out what goes above the 25,000?
Subtract.
Good job.
82,000 from 27,000.
Instead of subtracting, 25,000 times, 32,000 minus 25,000.
Mm-hmm.
What I did is I just did 32 minus 25 and added the zeros back.
Yeah, I'm going to show you a little trick here in a minute. So if I got 7,000, you know how at the end of it we delete the zeros? Oh, I gotta take this out. The hair looks horrible. I know. I don't care though.
I didn't even see your hair.
Oh, well, I see her in here. She's looking at my flat head. I'll show you in a minute. So you know we take the zeros off at the end? You can actually take them off right now.
Oh,
Makes it a little bit easier, don't you think?
yes.
I didn't show you guys that trick yesterday because I wanted to make sure you understood. But now that you do, I can show you that trick. So you would actually get 25x equals 700. Doesn't that look a little bit friendlier?
Yes.
Awesome. And when we divide by 25, what'd you get for your answer?
28%.
That's right. Everybody, that's kind of cool marking those zeros off first, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's really easier looking.
Yup. Okay. Let's do one more. Let's do number 9. So everybody look at number 9. Joey made $654 last pay period, but business is down. His pay has decreased by 15%. What is Joey's salary for the next pay period? So instead of adding it back, what are we going to do?
Subtract it from
Yep.
$654.
Perfect. So I got 100x equals
9,810.
perfect. That means x equals $98.10.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we take 654 and do what with that?
Subtract it, or subtract $98.10 from that.
That's right. And since it's money, I'm going to go ahead and put those zeros in there. Did you get 555.90?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay. So what we're going to do now, if you've already got it printed off, that's great. If you don't, that's okay too. You can follow along online. I think, do you have it printed?
No, ma'am.
I think there's one over there.
What does it look like?
Just a second. It's in your Google Classroom. It says handout converting between systems of measure. Looks like that right there.
Yeah.
So see in Google Classroom, everybody online, it's this one right here. Everybody got it pulled up? Hello? Okay, I'm gonna move on. Nobody's really talking except Kyle, so I'm gonna move on. So we're gonna start talking today about converting between the U.S. customary and the metric system. Have you guys ever heard of the metric system?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's the one that's base 10. It's pretty simple. It's grams, kilograms, meters, centimeters, liters, things like that. Customary, which is what we use, we are the only country, as far as I know, that does ounces, pounds, inches, and feet. So we're going to convert between those two measurement systems today. Okay, so I'm going to make it kind of short and sweet. There's a whole bunch on here that we can go back over once we get back to school in January. This is a conversion chart that you have. Where else do you have one?
In Google Classroom.
Yeah, it's in your Google Classroom. So if you need a conversion chart, you guys know how to do that. This is converting between the same units of measure, so I think we're just going to jump over that since we're kind of in our situation. And I want you to go all the way to page 3, where it says converting from U.S. to metric and metric to U.S. customary. Does everybody see that?
I'm printing out the papers right now.
Okay. So this is going to be like your guide when when it's asking you to convert from gallons to liters. Okay, you see this right here?
Yes, ma'am.
So I wouldn't probably use 3.785. I'd probably use like 3.8 for this one. If it's asking you to convert from pounds to grams, see what there, ounces to grams, I'd probably use like 28.3 instead of the whole thing. But this is going to be your guide. This is going to be basically your legend, just like on a map that you're going to use when answering your assignment for today. But the way you solve it is going to be pretty darn easy because it's my favorite. What is it? Proportion. We're going to write proportions again. Okay? So to kind of start, just pretty simple. Like if you look at number 1, right here underneath it, it says 4 feet is centimeters. So I'm going to find a foot. So right here it says 1 foot is 30.48 centimeters. I'm not going to use 30.48. I'm going to use like probably 30.5. So for number 1 right here, what I'm going to do is do feet over centimeters and write a proportion. And 1 foot was like 30.5 centimeters, and it's asking me for what?
4 feet,
Yep. So how do you solve that?
cross multiply.
That's right. So you're going to get x equals whatever 30.5 times 4 is.
I got 122.
Good. And that's it. That's all you do. You got me? So what does number 2 say? That says it's meters and centimeters. So let's do 80 feet as meters first. So you can either use this one or you can use this one. 1 meter is 3.3 feet. I'd probably do that. I'm going to do meters and feet. And what did I say 1 meter was 3.3 feet?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're looking at 80 feet. So that goes where?
On the bottom.
Good. So then I cross multiply, and this is going to be a division problem. What are we going to divide both sides by?
3.3.
Good.
But by doing that, you'll have to move the decimal,
Yes, you will.
which then would be dividing 33 into
800, right? Yep, that's right. And I got about 24 meters. So does anyone have any questions over what I'm doing here? Are you good?
No, ma'am.
Because I'm going to move on. You do not have to do any of the rest of those. I want you to look to page 5 that says more converting practice. They will always give you the conversions, okay? They will always give you the conversions. Just today you're going to have to look them up. A school ruler has metric on one side and customary units on the other. If the ruler is 12 inches long, how many centimeters long is the ruler? So we're going to have to go back over here. And 1 inch, let's find 1 inch. Right here at the top is what?
2.5 centimeters.
There you go. So then over here, I'm going to write inches and centimeters. And we said 1 inch was 2.5 centimeters, right? And it wants to know about what?
12 inches long in centimeters.
That's right. So there's your proportion. Do you know how to solve it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you do. Go ahead and do that. What'd you get?
I got 30.
Good. 30 centimeters. And it's obviously about because nothing's perfect. Okay, look at number 2. This will be the last one that we're going to do together, and then I'm going to let you guys do them on your own, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
In the United States, speed limits are given in miles per hour. In Canada, they are written in kilometers per hour. What would a speed limit sign say in Canada if it was equivalent to a sign that said 65 miles per hour in the United States? So we're going to do miles over kilometers. Kyle, can you go back and look and see how many kilometers are in a mile?
Yes, ma'am. Uh, 1.6.
Perfect. So then we're going to write the other side of our proportion, and this is 65 miles. So that goes on the top or bottom?
Top.
Good. So when we cross multiply, we're going to get x equals whatever 1.6 times 65 is. What'd you get?
I got 104.
Perfect. It's going to be 104 kilometers.
Yeah.
So guys, just like yesterday on your notebook paper, if you do not have the printout, write your name, write convert practice, and then write number 1 and circle it and work out number 1. And then number 2 and circle it and work out number 2 and so forth. Keep it neat.
Miss Milliken, are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure that you are.
Yeah. And then tomorrow I will check it. Just like I did today, same time. Guys, join on your class period, please. Okay, you can come in at the little bit end of like first period, but if you get in there in first period, it's just too many people. I got 16 kids in first period, and almost all of them show up. Okay, so join at your class time tomorrow, and I will check that. If you want to stay on right now and do your work, you can. If you think you might need help, if you want to log off, you can do that too. But I will see y'all tomorrow at your class time, which is log on about 8:35. That way I'll have time to let you in and all that kind of stuff.